Hi, I'm Tony Richard Preston, Principal Advisor and Managing Director at Calara Wealth. Today we'll be looking at CSS age retirement and 5411, what you need to know. Before we get underway, just a general advice warning and disclaimer. Today's content is general advice only and does not take into account your individual circumstances, objectives or needs. Approaching age 55 is a catalyst for many CSS members to start considering their retirement options. A key decision to make at this juncture is whether or not to take a 5411, look at age retirement, continue to work with your current employer, or cease work with your current employer, defer your CSS benefit and work elsewhere. We'll also look in today's presentation at the differences between 5411 and age retirement, key considerations, and importantly, the right decision depends on your situation and 5411 does not always provide the best option. When can 5411 be accessed? It requires a resignation from your CSS contributing employer prior to your 55th birthday. For some, this may be their 50th birthday, depending on your occupation. The same calculation may also be accessed after age 55 in the event of a redundancy. The age at which you can access your CSS as a pension is age 55 and is different to the standard superannuation preservation rules that apply to other funds. Different preservation rules also apply to lump sums from the CSS. For example, if you choose not to take a full non-indexed pension, you would be entitled to a lump sum and these would be subject to different preservation rules. How is your 5411 index pension calculated? First of all, it does not consider your final average salary or your length of service. Rather, the calculation is contingent upon your basic contributions and interest. These are the 5% member contributions you make, plus investment earnings on those. It also looks at an age-based factor. For example, at age 55, the age-based factor applied is 9.25%. Finally, there is a multiplier under 5411, which is 2.5. So the formula for your 5411 index pension is basic contributions plus interest multiplied by 2.5 multiplied by the age-based factor. How is the CSS age retirement index pension calculated? The calculation looks at your final salary, your length of service, and the age at which you are retiring. The length of service and age of retirement are used to determine a retirement factor. The maximum retirement factor of 52.5% is achieved at age 65 with 40 years of contributory service. So the formula is final salary multiplied by retirement factor equals lifetime index pension. How are the 5411 and age retirement non-index pensions calculated? First of all, they are similar. Under the 5411, however, there is no cap placed on the non-index pension. Under age retirement, there is a cap placed on the amount of non-index pension you can receive, and this is a percentage of your final salary determined by your age. For example, at age 55, the maximum non-index pension you can take is 18.5% of final salary, with any balance provided to you as a lump sum. So, for 5411 non-index pension, the formula is member plus productivity components multiplied by pension factor. For age retirement non-index pension, it's member plus productivity components multiplied by pension factor, capped at a percentage of your final salary. Any excess is paid as a lump sum and may be subject to superannuation preservation rules. 5 considerations when looking at your 5411 option. First of all, final salary. Are you likely to see an increase in your final salary prior to age 55? If so, this may materially alter the benefit of a 5411 compared to age retirement. Secondly, tax. There is different taxation treatment of CSS pensions under age 60. Generally speaking, there is more tax payable on a CSS pension under age 60, so that needs to be taken into account in terms of determining the net benefit of retiring early and taking a 5411. 3. Job security and likelihood of future employment. Many people take a 5411 on the assumption that they will be able to easily return to the workforce in some capacity. This may be required because their CSS pension is insufficient to meet their living expenses, or they may just not be ready to retire at 55. Either way, if that is an important factor in you choosing to take a 5411, you should have a high degree of certainty in terms of your future employment prospects. Fourth, are you ready to retire? You may just not be ready to retire, and there could be other strategies available to you to improve your retirement position without having to take a 5411. Finally, the investment returns of the CSS default option. The 5411 is directly contingent on the investment returns generated by the fund. Therefore, if you remain in the default option, you will be subject to market volatility, and this may impact your CSS 5411 benefit. So you need to consider whether you should stay in the default fund or elect to move to the cash option. So why choose Calara Wealth to provide you advice on your CSS and retirement planning? First of all, we are genuine fee for service. That means no asset-based fees, no life insurance commissions, and we will provide you with a fixed price quote upfront based on the complexity of the advice you require. Secondly, I have over 22 years experience providing advice to CSS members, both 5411, age retirement and redundancy benefits, as well as their ancillary superannuation accounts and non-superannuation investment and tax requirements. Thirdly, Calara Wealth is privately owned and operated. We're not owned or affiliated with the superannuation fund, bank, or life insurance company, or any other financial product provider. If you would like to discuss your requirements further, please feel free to book a complimentary 15-minute phone conversation with myself. If you would like further information, please visit our website, www.calarawealth.com.au. Send us an email at advice@calarawealth.com.au or give us a call. Thank you.